Let's take a look at some of the trends that are going to be bestsellers for Autumn-Winter 18-19. I'm Jane Singer, Director of Market Intelligence at Inside Fashion. And at Inside Fashion, we focus on those trends that we feel will really resonate with the mainstream market consumer. Let's take a look at what today's customer wants. The quest for lower prices has been replaced by people who are searching for value for dollar. So it used to be that just being cheap was enough to drive sales. Not anymore. Today, customers want something that's better value, and that means better quality in terms of fabric and workmanship, and of course, a lot more style. So people will pay a little bit more if they see that the garment is actually better. We're also seeing that people want to look more polished. So comfort is important, but consumers don't want to sacrifice style. We need to remember that we're in the fashion business. So comfort is an important aspect, but on the other hand, we also have to be sure that we're hitting those notes for quality as well. Natural is becoming a big movement. Consumers see natural fibers as better quality, as more sustainable, as more skin-friendly. So any opportunity to bring in natural fibers is always going to be a win, and it's important to try to call this out on hang tags as well, to be sure that when the customer is looking at the garment, they actually understand the fiber that's in it and understand why this is something special. There's a big trend towards people liking things that have a cozy aspect to it. Fleece, velour, chenille, things that have a hairy surface all have that sense of cozy, comforting, cocooning. That's very important, and that really resonates with consumers, particularly for winter garments. And we're talking about autumn-winter 18-19, so of course this is very important to bring that in. And then finally, we also need to be sure that we're creating garments that are more personalized. In other words, that are more unique. People no longer want to wear something that looks very basic or that looks like what everybody else is wearing. So people aren't necessarily going to go out there and wear something that's really far out, but they want something that in some respect expresses their sense of style, that has a little bit of personalization, that has a little bit of differentiation. So this is something that we also want to think about when we're creating garments. There's a lot that could be said about color for the season. We're not going to really go into that here, but we are going to talk about Pantone's color of the year. Their color this year is ultraviolet. Consumers love purple. It resonates across many demographics, not only with women, but also with men. There's many ways to work with it. As you know, we can see, you can certainly pull it in a very sophisticated palette, but you could take it sporty as well. It can become very sleek, but also very vibrant. Moving on, let's take a look at knitwear. Knits are always a big hit with consumers. They check the box for comfort, and they also check the box for style. And there's a lot of opportunities to play with knits, and they're also very flexible in terms of customization and speed to market. So for the coming season, we see a big opportunity in oversized cardigans. These are garments that could actually almost double as a lightweight coat. So it becomes sort of an investment piece. And there's a lot of opportunities here to be able to play with color, with pattern, mixing textured yarns, playing with thin and thick, twisting different colors together for unexpected effects. A lot of opportunities to do this at multiple price points as well. So you can take it very high end, or you can really take it into a budget category. The key factor here is to make sure that the garment not only looks good, but also has durability. Part of that is bringing in a little bit of elastane for shape retention, very important. These are oversized garments, but I can't emphasize enough, oversized is very different than sloppy. So we really have to get oversized right by making sure that it looks good on the customer, not that it looks like they're wearing something that's 2 sizes too big. We also see cotton coming in very, very strongly for autumn-winter. There's a winter cotton yarn that we love, and that's a bestseller. That's coming from Yarns and Colors. It's 100% cotton fleece yarn, And it's really an opportunity for the customer who really loves to have the hand feel of cotton to bring it through in a yarn that works really well for winter. We also see, talking about knitwear, a lot of emphasis on pattern and a lot of playing with patterns, particularly abstract patterns. So intarsia and inlaid, jacquard, all coming through, and working with different color palettes that create something that's a little more dramatic, a little more personalized, but at the same time wearable. So it becomes a statement piece. And there's a lot of opportunities to bring this through at multiple price points. And we're seeing this come through for men and women, very much so in pullovers, but also being worked into tunics, and to some extent also in cardigans. So take advantage of this. Be very careful to bring in anti-pilling yarns. And one of the things that consumers really don't like are garments that pill. In a totally different direction, blouses remain a very important category, particularly oversized blouses. So we're looking at blouses that really have a lot of structure to them and that take their style direction from the silhouette, but also from fabric manipulation, ruching, puffed sleeves, sleeves that are gathered. There's a lot of opportunities here to be able to take these blouses in a direction that have personalization. They work certainly for almost every demographic, depending upon how you work with the silhouette. They can be worked in very high-end fabrics, but also in more budget fabrics. These blouses work for office wear, but they also can go to casual wear. There's a lot of opportunities here, and the consumer will look at a blouse like this and feel that this is an investment. The use of better quality fabrics definitely elevates the garment. Using high quality cotton, such as U.S. grown cotton, creates a very good base for a fine fabric, and particularly for whites or for pastels, this is really important. Metallics are not new, but people love anything that sparkles and shines. We continue to see a lot of metallic on the runways. And even the couture that came out in January also featured a lot of metallic and a lot of sparkle and shine. We're seeing a shift from things that really have a high shine to things that are a bit more matte. Right now, silver and pewter is emphasized. We're seeing it coming through in trims as well as in total garments. And there's a lot of opportunities to bring it through in specialized coatings on cotton jersey, on denim, as well as metallic threads being woven through fabrics, being brought into jacquards. There's many, many ways to work with metallic, so we can really get creative here. Along the lines of things that sparkle and shine, we're also seeing fabrics that have a glossy effect coming through. These have sort of a plasticky feeling, a cellophane kind of a look. So it's a little bit edgier. It's certainly better suited for a younger, more of a junior customer. It's got a fun quality to it. Probably it'll be worked best in terms of coatings on either cotton jersey or on denim. For comfort, you'll want something that has a cotton backing to it so it doesn't feel too sticky on the skin. Another big direction are stripes. Stripes are really fresh. They pull from menswear, but they're being interpreted into women's wear really well. We're looking at blurred stripes, at tone-on-tone, at candy stripes, narrow and medium stripes. Again, this is an opportunity to bring through freshness in a way that works for career wear really, really well, and for smart casual. Florals remain important. Women love florals. However, we need to do something new with them in order to keep things fresh. And for the coming season, we see that colors are bolder. We see that prints are oversized. We're seeing a mixing of floral patterns in the same garment, which create a lot more interest. A great new look are plaids. Plaids, of course, are not a new pattern, but they're being used in new ways, and that's what's really exciting. So we're seeing traditional plaids being worked in totally untraditional color palettes, and at the same time, we're also seeing designers playing with plaid patterns to create something new. So it creates a look that's professional, but at the same time can work for casual wear. It's certainly a look that will work for many different demographics. It's a look that can be layered, so we can either use a plaid over a solid garment, but we can also layer plaids over stripes or plaids over florals. So there's a lot of opportunities to create new looks with this as well. But it is one of the fresher and newer things for the season. Now, speaking of layering, layering is really important. And layering is an opportunity to be able to bring in different looks at a very affordable price point. We can use fairly inexpensive sheer fabrics and layer it over just about any kind of a base garment and create a whole new look. And it's very interesting to see how designers have worked with either sheer fabrics that have a little bit of shimmer, or sheer fabrics over a solid, or sheer over a print, or a printed sheer over a solid. There's so many different ways to work with it. And again, it's a look that can really elevate just about any garment, really from a basic cotton tee or a little camisole through to a dress. Many different ways to work with layering, and it's another opportunity to add some excitement. Finally, we need to look at some of the details that are coming through. And details and trims are really key to taking a garment from basic to fabulous. Bows are a very hot trend. We will actually have more about that in an upcoming video. Ruffles also continue to be very strong. We're seeing fringe as another very big direction. Pom-poms are coming back. Again, they have that nice sort of a fluffy kind of a furry, cozy hand feel that consumers like. Passementerie, lace as insets in garments is a new way to work with lace. We're also seeing a lot of detail on sleeves. So again, taking a very basic garment and then doing something different on the sleeves is another way to create interest. So this gives you a brief overview of what we see as being key for the autumn-winter 18-19 season. And again, these are trends that we feel have a lot of consumer selling power. Until next time, I'm Jane Singer, and thanks for joining us.